Hi, today let's see other forces that bring about changes on the Earth's surface. Earth movements are mainly divided into two: endogenetic forces or endogenetic movements and exogenetic movements. Endogenetic movements are the movements that occur in the interior part of the Earth. Exogenetic movements are the movements that occur on the surface of the Earth. The endogenetic movements are again divided into two: diastrophic movements and sudden movements. Most landforms on the Earth's surface are the result of such Earth movements. As a result of the Earth movements, some regions on the Earth crust are either raised or lowered. Rising of crustal portion is called uplift and lowering of the crust is called subsidence. Now, we are going to study the earthquakes. What is an earthquake? Rocks in the deeper part of the earth undergoes displacement and fault due to plate movements and other causes. Under such situations, severe pressure is exerted on the earth lithosphere and seismic waves are generated just like waves in the ponds spreading in all directions when a heavy object falls into it. These waves created tremors on the earth's surface. These tremors are experienced by us as earthquakes. You have understood that most of the earthquake concentrated along the plate margins. We have an earthquake experience of Mr. Shering Torji, a traveler in Nepal.
It was 25th April 2015. I was walking along the streets of Kathmandu with my friend. Suddenly, the huge buildings in front of us began to collapse. The ground beneath us sang like a swing. It was difficult to escape from the shower of bricks and dust from the collapsing buildings. Trenches developed in the road, making it impossible to run away. The hotel complex where we stayed previous day had turned into a heap of bricks. I realized that these are the rare moments between life and death. My eyes were witnessing the unbelievable. Within a few moments, the roads of the city have turned into trenches. Heaps of debris have formed in many parts of the city. The moment I thought I was going to faint, a stranger came through the dust and debris and held me in a tight embrace, smiled at me, and walked away without uttering a word. The smile of suffering and survival.
From this, we get an idea that earthquake causes serious harms to human life and property. Apart from plate movements and faulting, earthquake occur due to other reasons as well. There are collapse of the roof of the mines, pressure in reservoirs, volcanic eruption. The deep points inside the earth where the earthquake occurs are known as focus, and the point vertically above it on the earth's surface is known as epicenter. Three types of waves are produced from the focus during an earthquake, that are primary waves, secondary waves and surface waves. The surface waves are the most destructive ones. The seismic waves are recorded by an instrument called seismograph. The Richter scale measures the intensity of energy released at the time of an earthquake. The earthquake that occurred in Chile has been the most severe one. It recorded an intensity of 9.5 on a Richter scale. Now, we move to the next catastrophic movement, that is tsunami. Tremor waves originating due to the earthquakes, volcanic eruption, meteor impact, etc. in the ocean floor generates huge sea waves rising to several meters. Such waves are called tsunamis. Here, life saved by a geography lesson. It is the coastal region that are mainly affected by disastrous effects of tsunamis. The visible impact of tsunami is the damage and destruction to life and property caused by it. Kerala coast was also affected by tsunami 26th December 2004. The tsunami, which was havaged India and Sri Lanka, was caused by the intense earthquake waves originated from Sumatra in Indian Ocean. Tsunami surveillance and warning systems are widely in operation today. These systems aims to identify areas prone to tsunami and also to one extent give warning to the coastal areas so as the present loss of life. On behalf of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, that is NOAA, a real-time tsunami monitoring system named DART, Deep Ocean Assessment and Reporting of Tsunami, has been established at various locations. Satellite communication systems are being utilized for the purpose. What are the measures we can take to mitigate the impact of tsunamis? Recession in sea level may be an indication of tsunami. If so, move to safe locations or safer locations. Take official warning seriously. Don't arrive at self-conclusion that the dangerous situation is over. Wait for official declaration. Once trapped by tsunami waves, try to escape holding any floating materials firmly. NCC, Red Cross and other voluntary organizations have important role in disaster management activities in tsunami affected region. You can also participate in such disaster management operation. You have learned that the plate margins are active with volcanoes. Look at the picture. Haven't you noticed that hot molten rock that comes out through the fissures on the crust? Volcanoes are formed by such molten rock materials coming out through the fissures along the plate margins. Nearly 80% of the world volcanoes are situated around the Pacific Ocean. This zone containing more than 452 volcanoes is known as the Pacific Ring of Fire. You know that volcanoes pose serious threat to life, but they are also useful in many ways. Don't you want to know how they are useful to man? The soil formed by the weathering of lava rocks is fertile. Example, the black soil of Deccan Plateau. Volcanic ash is a good manure. Geysers are formed in many volcanic regions. Such regions are being developed as tourist centers. Example, the Old Faithful Geysers, Yellowstone National Park, North America. What are these geysers? In areas where volcanic eruption have occurred, hot spring gush out through the hot rocks beneath the ground. Some of these allow water to gush up at a regular intervals. These are geysers. So let me ask a question. Is there a possibility of volcanoes in Kerala? From the experience so far, the probability of volcanoes in Kerala is very low. Which was the only active volcano in India? Barren volcano in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. In this lesson, we have learned about plates, plate movements, plate boundaries, topographical features which they created, earthquakes, volcanoes and tsunamis. Thank you.
Enclaps.